What's going on, guys? On today's video, I'm going to take you on our trip to El Mirage. It's a dry lake bed in the high desert of Southern California. This was a video from 2021, and I got invited from a couple of my buddies to go ride side-by-sides. It's going to be quick and short, and that's what this video is about. So let's get into it. All right, before we get into the video, I want to show you a map of El Mirage. It's a dry lake bed in the high desert of Southern California. This is about the proximity of where we camped. This area was an area we off-roaded. This is a lot of more high-speed whoops and dirt trail section. Over here was the second spot that we off-roaded. It's a lot rockier, so you gotta go a lot slower. It's not really like cheap crawling, but it is pretty rocky. And yeah, that's pretty much El Mirage, the dry lake bed. So now let's get into the video. Hey babe, did we get lost?
No. Yes. No. Blame Casey.
Whose directions?
Casey's.
So in this clip here, you'll see me riding an electric Slur-on dirt bike, and it's a good way to see what the dry lake bed looks like. A lot of commercials are filmed here, but this is just the flat section of the whole dry lake bed where you can just pin it. So the first night we got there, we took the side-by-side out and just opened it up on the dry lake bed. Can you see? Hey, Bubbles. Is that your first fire?
Am I? His parents brought him out to the desert.
Hey, he like staring at
They're
me.
all dirt bike riding, quad riding.
That's your, that's your first fire, huh?
Andy was rural.
Nixon, that's your first fire, huh?
Oh, you can see him in it.
Yeah.
Andy went missing one day.
That's your first fire.
And you know, the helicopter.
Oh, the camera?
Yeah, look, Nixon, you can see. Who's that?
So Andy,
Whoa!
you know,
You
they
can
were
totally
looking
see
for him,
himself.
like, and you know, everyone calling out, Andy, Andy, where you at, Andy?
That's your
couldn't
first
find
fire, Bubs. He's so zoned on it.
Is
But
he?
then,
Yeah, he's just like...
Putting around camp after breakfast with little man on the 50 to keep him happy and entertained. Look. All right, done with breakfast. And this is the first part of the off-road section I was talking about, where it's more quick sandy sections and whoops. This is the top view. All right, here's the second section with a little more rocks. It's not really rock crawling, but you can see there's a lot more rocks here. Here you can see a couple more rocks. It's pretty cool to be out in the middle of the dark with your buddies, just exploring, not knowing where you're going. It was a good time. These Can-Ams are pretty impressive on how far they can take you. The sunset at the top was pretty sick though. Doesn't get any better than that view.
Trip.
The wives wanted to take the side-by-sides out by themselves.
Wait, hey, say boys rule, girls drool.
No.
This is bad news right here. I feel like this is bad news.
It might be.
But at least they have a heated blanket. The car off. Make sure you unplug this, or it will drain your battery and it won't restart.
Hey, show her the light bar.
It's just normal light switches.
Right here, lights. That's
You got the
have fun.
Okay, bye.
Wait, turn this way because of Phil's.
He wants the four-seater. He wants the four-seater.
Yeah, that means I gotta pay for it, so. Don't crash it, babe, or I'm gonna owe a lot of money.
And that's the end of the trip. It was a short weekend trip, and we decided to head out that night.